Hey guys, what's up? We are going to do something a little bit different today, and we would like to present the 11 most powerful swarm aliens that can be seen in movies and games. Yeah, I guess the definition of swarm aliens deserve a minute or two, maybe just 1 minute, as we really want to go ahead with the list. But before that, do hit the subscribe button for more videos like these, and there are more than 60 videos of ours swimming this platform right now. So as by our own definition, swarm aliens are those extraterrestrial species that can be seen in huge numbers for one. Well, that's no brainer. But sometimes alien species like the Romulans or heck even humans of Stargate are countless. But that doesn't mean that they are swarm aliens. Independence Day harvesters are also present in huge numbers, but they don't really count. So let's dive into another aspect of these species, their coordination and IQ. Swarm aliens also share a common intelligence like a hive mind or a collective consciousness. They are like ants, and most of the population are mindless or single-purposed armies that are hell-bent on the expansion of the species. Take the Xenomorph for example. They all serve a queen or an empress and can rapidly multiply, which brings us to the main point that defines them, their rate of reproduction or expanding their population. These aliens can be killed or be brought to the brink of extinction, but a few moments later, they are already more in number than the human combatants that often face them. We know it's too hard to rank them from the least to the most powerful, and so this will be more like a random list and we'll let you do your thing. So do comment your rankings below. So without further ado, let's get on with it. Number 1, the Xenomorphs from the Alien franchise. Starting with the most famous alien species, the ones that actually bear the name alien in the movies they appear in, we have the Xenomorph. This is an extraterrestrial endoparasitoid species that possess multiple life cycles like the egg, the face hugger, the chest burster, and the adult individual. They possibly originate from the planet Proteus, or also known as Xenomorph Prime. One of the most deadliest of all the alien species known, these creatures require a host organism in order to reproduce, hence being a parasitic swarm species. The appearance of the Xenomorph can vary depending on the host in which the face hugger implants, and on its life stage, hive, caste, age, as well as the varieties in which have been genetically engineered by host species or genetically grown. These aliens can wipe out a planet's population of animal life in a matter of months, and at the same time creating more of their own. They are truly a swarm alien species since they populate fast, they have a collective mind, and appear in large numbers during battle. Number 2, the FORMICS from the movie Ender's Game. These insect or ant-looking aliens called FORMICS were an advanced spacefaring alien species and were nicknamed buggers by humans due to their insect-like appearance. They consisted of hive queens, male drones and workers, although their current caste system and population is near extinction following Ender's successful destruction of their overpopulated homeworld. The FORMICS killed over 40 million humans during the first invasion, as well as second invasion during the FORMIC Wars, since they believed that humans and other animals that do not share a collective mind were not sentient. Their failed colonization led to humans vowing and ultimately successfully exacting vengeance on these species. The FORMICS appear to reproduce at a very fast rate, and their fighter crafts outnumber humanity's drones by 100 to 1 or even more. Number 3, the ARACHNIDS from the Starship Troopers franchise. The BORGS, or also known as arachnids, are a hostile alien species that have conquered many planets across space. Originating from a star system called Klendathu, which is on the opposite side of the Milky Way galaxy, their collective empire or infestations have spread for thousands of light years. Arachnids have millions of years of evolution behind them and are, in the case of survival capability, the perfect species. They have the ability to colonize planets by hurling their spores into space and possess a social structure which fits their mental capacities. They have a very fast reproductive rate, and even though a single warrior is more powerful than an infantry soldier, they still at many times outnumber the human mobile infantry in battle. Their top tier, which controls every brain bug, warrior and beetle, is called the God Bug, which therefore means that they have a collective intelligence. Number 4, the NECROMORPHS from the game DEADSPACE. The next aliens are an undead type called the NECROMORPHS, which are mutated and reanimated corpses reshaped into a horrific new form by a recombinant extraterrestrial infection or an alien zombie virus, if I may say so. The resulting creatures are extremely aggressive and will attack any uninfected organism on sight. The NECROMORPHS are the main antagonists of the DEADSPACE franchise, and their main and sole purpose is to acquire more bodies to convert and spread the infection and create a brethren moon. All NECROMORPHS are extremely hardy and are capable of surviving in lethal environments such as the vacuum of space. This implies a total lack of respiration or reliance upon a vascular activity, which explains the NECROMORPH's resistance to wounds that would cause massive blood loss due to hemorrhaging in uninfected humans or other animals. Number 5. The Reapers from the game Mass Effect. The Reapers? Get out of here. That's what you might think, but in fact the Reapers are more of a swarm alien like any other in this list. The Reapers are a highly advanced machine race of synthetic organic starships from the Mass Effect video game series. These Reapers reside in dark space, the vast, mostly starless space between galaxies, and wait to return to beat the living hell out of our organic butts. Reapers are capable of dominating the minds of organic races through a process called indoctrination, and they can also create a horde of armies by using the organic species like us to produce various biosynthetic trolls created by using both living and dead organisms fused with their technology. So yes, they are a swarm alien species. Not to mention that they appear in huge numbers. Number 6. The Replicator from the Stargate franchise. This next entry is more like a grey goo, you know, the unstoppable self-replicating nanobots that is one of the most feared and probable apocalyptic events that we might face. Scary. So these replicators are an advanced robots capable of reproducing themselves indefinitely, consuming all available resources in an area to create more of themselves. Originating from a planet called Reese World after their creator, the human form replicators of the Milky Way galaxy bear resemblance to the Borg of Star Trek. They are ruled by a queen, they seek out the most advanced technologies, adapt to repeated weapons fire, and are in general difficult to combat, which brings us to the next entry. Number 7. The BORGS of Star Trek franchise. The Borg are a fictional alien group which is not an individual species like a few others in this list. They appear as recurring antagonists in the Star Trek franchise. The Borg are cybernetic organisms which are linked in a hive mind called the Collective. The Borg share a technology and knowledge of other alien species in the Collective through a process called assimilation to have a total number of reaching trillions. They forcibly transform individual beings into drones by injecting high-tech nanoprobes into their bodies and surgically augmenting them with cybernetic components. The Borg's ultimate goal is achieving perfection, which eludes them no matter how many species are linked to the hive mind. The origin of the Borg is never made clear, though they are portrayed as having existed for hundreds of thousands of years. Although they have a Borg queen, she too is part of the Collective. Number 8. The ZERGS from the STARCRAFT games. In this universe, alongside the Protoss and the Terrans, which are an evolved species of humans, the ZERGS stand as one of the 3 dominant species of the Milky Way and are universally feared, hated and hunted. They are dedicated to the pursuit of genetic perfection. The ZERG hunt down and incorporate every strong and advanced species across the galaxy, absorbing useful genetic codes into their own. The primal ZERG maintained the genome of the ZERG species before the creation of the Overmind. After this, they were deviated from their primal counterparts. The swarm reduced their physical appearance, which means any other strong species that are collected into them, they reject everything and only include the essential fighting components. They excel in proliferation as per a high rate of reproduction. One-on-one ZERGs are not as strong as their Terran and Protoss counterparts, but the ZERG are extremely resistant to chemical agents and other biological and nuclear weapons, and their numbers seem like a renewable resource. Number 9. The Flood from the Halo games. One of the deadliest swarms out there, this entry from the Halo universe is known as the Flood, or the Parasite as called by the Covenant. They are a species of highly virulent parasitic organisms that can reproduce and grow by consuming sentient life forms of sufficient biomass and cognitive capabilities. Their spores are like a disease, and there is absolutely no cure for their infection. They were first encountered in the Milky Way galaxy by an ancient human empire, and they were the cause of the Forerunners creating the Halo rings in order to starve these aliens to death by wiping out sentient life in the galaxy. They appear to have as many forms as there are creatures to infect. They can consume entire planets, travel interstellar space and create a grave mind, which is the ultimate form, having a collective conscience of all the biomass it absorbs. Number 10. The Tyranids from Warhammer 40k. The Tyranids from Warhammer 40k are an extragalactic composite species of hideous insectoid alien swarm that is actually a spacefaring ecosystem comprised of innumerable different bioforms, which are all variations of the same genetic makeup. They seed planets with their unrelenting armies and take over civilizations in the blink of an eye. They are the ultimate predators, and to them all living things from the lowliest insect to the most advanced starfaring aliens are mere prey. These Tyranid species are solely dedicated to its own survival, propagation and evolutionary advancement. The Tyranids collectively form a monstrous superorganism that travel across the universe in their great hive fleets of biomechanical hive ships. They are similar to the ZERG but on a grander scale, like a galactic level threat descending from the void between galaxies. These swarms have different fleets consisting of billions or trillions but sharing the same goal. Number 11. The Octopus aliens from SKYLINE movies. These cephalopod or octopus aliens are the ones who created the human race long ago as means to harvest human brains in order to build their warriors. So after millions of years, they return to Earth and begin their global harvest, using their brains to power themselves up and building their army by placing human brains into various biomechanical structures. These aliens can rebuild their army in no time, even after a tactical nuclear strike on their mothership, seemingly killing off every other drone, only for them to reconstruct and come back with a bang. Their caste system consists of other drones and other warrior castes, and then the hive mind, who is the leader of the alien forces, who controls and coordinates all the activities of the aliens on Earth, ranging from harvesting to attacking human settlements. Therefore, the hive mind is the actual alien in its pure form. So this brings us to the end of the list, and do like, share and subscribe, and also do hit the notification bell for regular and actual notifications.